Hey, all you viewers to be named later, how you doing today? This is take 2 for my kind of unboxing and first impressions of Games Workshop's 40K Ulrik the Slayer Space Wolf Wolf Priest. I know it's a long drawn out thing, but still. Okay, so when you get it, it's going to come in like a plastic clamshell, and you're going to see that right on the front. Look at that beautifully painted miniature, my Games Workshop's team. That is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, I've already opened it, already assembled it, and already primed it. That was my excitement because I really wanted to get at it and put paint to model, but then I was like, hey, dummy, you need to buy a lot of paint. So at least I've got it and I can get to it. I like the fact they give you detailed instructions on the back on how to put it together. Really simple, really easy. And your model will come on a sprue. Kind of like, your model cars and everything else that we're really used to putting together. Now, before I show you the model, let's just get to the sticker price and get that shock out of the way. All right. As of Wednesday, May 25th, 2022, it is $29.75. It is Prime eligible. Damn allergies. Now, I know you're going like $30 for one model. That's a lot. Yeah, but look at the detail work on there, okay? It's a hero model. It's a big, powerful character in the Games Workshop 40K universe. It's going to really, really stand out on your gaming board when you put a really good paint scheme on there. I know, I haven't bought a Games Workshop piece in like 25 years. Okay, seriously, I haven't. And a lot has changed since then. I picked up a White Dwarf, which is one of their monthly magazines, and I was shocked by everything I saw. It appears that a lot of stuff, and on some of these pieces, I think that's a really, really good idea, have basically gone to all plastic. Okay, that's cool. Because when you're getting into monstrous mounts and you're getting into really, really big, powerful tanks and everything else, that's a lot of pewter, and that's what I was used to really, really long time ago. Basically gluing a miniature together and walking around like, can you get the nail polish remover? Because it's kind of stuck to my fingers. I love what they've done. They have such a rich history and a rich culture behind it. Their miniatures have come a long way. Now, granted, the staff has floated in and out like, you will on most jobs. You're going to have turnover. But the fact that they've held that universe together, and recently, I've been seeing things pop up via the algorithm on my YouTube timeline about battle reports on the tabletop, and I'm like, the scenery building is freaking phenomenal with some of these gaming groups. The paint schemes are just incredible, and that brotherhood of you get on the table, you roll some dice, you have a good laugh, because basically when your forces meet, you have the same forces. It's a point-based system, so if you play a 1,500 point per side, your armies are pretty much equal. It all depends on your strategy and the dice rolls. We've all made those jokes about sacrifice a d6 to the dice gods before you roll to warn the other dice, you better roll right or this is going to be your fate. But there was something about the Space Wolves that originally attracted me to them. Basically taking Vikings, putting them in power armor with heavy-duty weaponry, and letting them go fight amongst the stars. That's the other thing that intrigued me greatly. In the 41st millennium, nobody's really the good guy. You're just not. You've got various shades of gray depending on how you look at it, and the factions that you go with, and the factions that you are. And that's what you base things off of, because the Tau see the Eldar differently. The Eldar see humans as something incredibly differently. Chaos wants to just destroy everything, and they think they're the only right way. You've got the Imperium of Man. It's just, yeah. The only real bad downside I saw is I didn't use green stuff like I should have on the cloak. Hopefully you can see, there you go, that seam in there on the cloak. It's putting together, and I got all the mold lines and got everything looking up pretty good, but I didn't fill that in with green stuff to make it a seamless appearance, but I'm okay with it. If I ever enter it in a tournament for painting schemes, it's going to get a little dark, and I'm okay with it. But still, I just wanted to go over it quick because I'm bringing tabletop wargaming stuff to my channel, and I figure if I'm going to start a Space Wolves force again,
Oh, you're doing that? Sorry.
I better go with a character model, and if I remember correctly, Ulrik the Slayer was the first character model I ever bought from my original Space Wolf force. Now, granted, I was trying to build out my own chapter by myself, filling it all up, getting the tanks, getting the guys, getting the everything. Because trust me, once you get into these tabletop games, it gets addictive. You want more. You want to paint more. You want to experiment more. You want to do things. Nothing says you have to give them, the Wolf Priest black armor. You can paint anything however you want. You can even make that a character in your own force, which I think is phenomenal. But still, I just wanted to quickly go over it and show it off and go, yeah, I already put it together and primed it. Hopefully those details are popping in through that screen. I am really itching to get at it and paint it again, but I've got to get a lot more paint in. And unfortunately, my local gaming store isn't as well equipped as other ones I was very used to when I was living in the Portland, Oregon area. But that's okay. It's part of the fun is that little bit of the wait so you can go over the paint schemes in your head and start writing things down like you'd like to do. I mean, I think the ultimate as a painter is when you can look at someone's miniature and go, this is how he did that. This is what he would layer. This is how he contrasted it. This is how he highlighted. And the greatest part about this hobby is sitting down with other people and just going, let's paint. Learning from people. Having that brotherhood. Having that rolling of the dice, Because when you sit down and you go at it, in theory, both sides are equal forces. Because if you agree to a 1,500 point game, when you sit down on that board, both sides are the same. It's now up to the dice. Well, in your tactics, but still. Your tactics could be the best on the world, but if your dice isn't really helping you, you're screwed. But so, I want to know all your fun stuff, your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger. Have you played 40K? Have you played against the Space Wolves? Have you painted this miniature? What are your experiences with Games Workshop? I think their customer service is incredible. I think they're very protective of their IP because they built a massive, massive universe. And in some ways I think that's cool, but in other ways I just think they go a little bit overboard with certain things. But that's just me. Now, on the other hand, if I made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, made you do anything during this video, please hit that big old thumbs up. It's only going to help trigger that algorithm and, get this insanity out there to some other people. I know, the algorithm's just the computer code, but every little thumbs up really, truly helps the channel. But there we go, guys. My quick look at Games Workshop's Warhammer 40K Ulrik the Slayer. You will see a follow-up video when it's fully painted because I don't think I have the ability to sit down and go step by step in a video on how I'm doing things. I don't think I could do that. I might push myself to do that with some other miniatures, but with a big one like this, I'm not sure. But still, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope all of you are having a great day, a safe day, and I'll see all of you in my very next video.